Okay, this week in common sense. What did you do this week, Paul?
I traveled to Maine to meet with some people about a possible initiative, and I don't know if it will come to pass. So I won't speak of it until we get to that point. But I'm hopeful it will.
How much did you catch of the debates?
It's funny because I was riding in a car and I caught him on the radio. So I don't really have a sense of how much. I think I caught the majority of the second debate, and probably a majority of the first debate too. A little bit more of the first one than the second. But it's interesting to get Democrats together because it's kind of one-upping on who's going to give people more stuff. And in some ways, Andrew Yang is, years ago, we had a number of commentaries about, the basic income. I'm trying to think of the different acronyms that they had for it, but it's basically a universal basic income where every citizen gets a certain amount from government. And I think it's attractive, because one of the worst parts about our system is where people are getting benefits and then they're getting, on their own 2 feet and they're making a little bit more money and they realize, gee, I could get a raise, but if I got a raise, I'd lose so much in benefits that I'd be worse off. So if I'm moving up the economic ladder, in a sense, I'm actually have to stop because I'm getting less money. And so I've always thought, there's a certain pull to it, in that you want the incentives to always be that if someone wants to go out and work and make money, it's good for them, not bad. They get more money, not less. And however, I think at the end of the day, the idea that government ought to be, giving everybody a bunch of money, as if government's kind of the backstop that always has extra free money to hand out. And that's the way the world should be. We try real hard, but if we're ever in trouble, there's always government there to bail us out. And the reality is, I think we need to know that that's not how the world works. That government wasn't there to bail people out until people had extra that the government could take from them, or they could give to government, that then could be given to somebody who didn't have enough. And so, without creating and producing an abundance, there's not a lot of stuff to give away for free. And somehow sending this message that everybody gets free stuff from the government just seems morally to be repugnant, and more importantly, counterproductive. That in the end, I think it will cause more people to not stand on their own 2 feet. A couple of years ago, I was debating with my youngest daughter what the American dream was. She was arguing that the American dream is to get rich. And not that, it's unlimited 100% to that, but that's the basics of it. And I said, no, it's not to get rich. I mean, because, what's rich? And that it really is to stand on your own 2 feet, to, Frank Sinatra-esque, make it your way. And it may be that, you got a Cougar Mellencamp song, you got a little pink house somewhere underneath the freeway. But if it's yours and you got it on your own hard work and you like living there, then you have lived the American dream. And so it's interesting. I mean, I remember years ago thinking, geez, nobody talks about freedom anymore. And in a sense, Obama, I think, in kicking off the Tea Party, kicked off a lot of talk, because all of a sudden they're going to give us all free health care. It's a right. But it caused people to think about freedom and how we have kind of a different system than, hey, the government's going to do this and then do that, and we're going to get this and then we'll have that. That it's, you get what you produce.